Hey, welcome to Campus Conversations. Today we have Bryan Gill with us. Bryan Gill works for the Office of Student Involvement, and this is the start of the summer season of Campus Conversations. And so we're going to talk to Bryan about some things going on with how the end of the semester was and how summer plans are, and we're just going to have a pretty open conversation here about SJC life. Bryan, how are you?
Good. How are you, Christian?
I'm doing well, doing well. How you been? How's your semester? We finished the semester. We survived.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Made it. It was definitely a different experience, but one that I think it makes you stronger, and it definitely, you know, as we work in higher education, there is a commitment to lifelong learning, and this is just part of that experience. So if you said that you can make it through this experience, you're able to, or at least I see it as, you're able to make it through any type of uh, difficult or challenging time. I do feel for a lot of the students of what they uh, have gone through and what they are currently going through.
That was really a very poetic way to put it all together. I really appreciate that, especially the aspect of the life learning that as a higher education. And when we actually look at the terms of what we are, higher education, looking at the full student, I think you said it really beautifully there. What did you think of Zoom? Like, how do you like this virtual experience? Some people hate it. Some people are like, this isn't too bad. What do you think?
In the beginning, it was very new because I never really met, even when I was on campus. I knew that some people were conducting meetings, from their desktop computers at work and, having meetings because maybe they weren't able to go to the actual location. I wasn't one of those people. I always like to meet in person with the people that are in front of me. And as time went on during the semester, in the beginning, it was so weird, I have to say. It was just a weird experience. But now I'm getting kind of used to it, and it's actually not that bad. I'm able to still do the same job that I have been able to do, minus sitting next to somebody. So, if you could I'm getting a little bit more used to that experience. I'm becoming more familiar with it. But it is still different, and I miss that interaction with people.
But yeah, missing the connection for sure. Now we're in summer mode now, technically, but like not many people realize this, but you and I, we work all summer. We are part of
Mhm.
the staff that works throughout the year. Um, and it's a very different life in the summer at the school. A lot of planning, a lot of organizing. So it's going to be a little different this year for us. But outside of work life, you got any plans this summer? I know it's kind of weird because you can't make plans. But is there anything that you're looking to try to do to, give yourself some summer?
So yeah, no, I really like this question. My family did have a few plans in place. Still not sure if we're able to do them or not, but we were supposed to go to Fire Island for a week. We usually do at the end of July. We rent a house and we stay in Ocean Bay Park, and we have time on the beach. We go to restaurants and stuff like that. We have to figure out things to do with the boys because having a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old every single day is very, very difficult. So not being able to go to the beach, not being able to go to the park or going on vacations is, so we're trying to figure out ways where we could still get around that and be able to do things with them so that they feel like they're having a fun time as well.
You just made me think of something, and your children are younger, so I don't know if this applies to them, but just something interesting that I saw was Patchogue is doing drive-in movies. I think
Yes.
next week they're
Mhm.
starting to start up a series, which will be coordinated with the Patchogue Chamber and then the Plaza Cinema movie theater, which we,
Right.
as a college, have a great relationship with that theater. In fact, a lot of our professors, myself included, host cinema nights there where we do, we get our classes up with movies. So it's pretty cool. So that's something that they're doing. I think they're doing 2 kids movies actually next week.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're going to be doing that all throughout the summer, which will be great for families.
And it also brings back something that was taken away, where you get to experience, or maybe you have never experienced a drive-in movie. So now having a time where you kind of have to be creative, it kind of is bringing back some old traditions that used to happen for many, many years.
It brings me to another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, was history at St. Joe's, because St. Joe's has a great history of drive-in movies. And that was always a thing we would do at the end of the spring. And I remember as a student going to the drive-in movies, and we'd all vote on what movie. It was a great thing, which makes me think, Bryan, you've been a part of St. Joe's for quite a long time in various capacities. And I think a lot of people, students especially, don't realize that when they meet you, they see you in the position that you're in, and they say, there's Bryan, he does the work with the students and things of that nature and stuff. But what they don't always know is you've been around for a while at St. Joe's in various positions, and you've seen the history of the college in various ways, which I always thought was really interesting. So kind of give us a timeline here. Tell us your St. Joe's timeline.
So I have been with the college for 18 years. Throughout that 18 years, I have been a student, a staff member, and very recently I am an adjunct faculty member. So I started in 2002 as an undergrad student in accounting, and then I slowly transitioned into business administration, finally graduating in 2006 with a bachelor's degree in business administration. I immediately began working on campus in the office that I currently direct in 2006. I stayed there for 2 years, and then I transitioned over to the Dean of Students office for 5.5 years as the assistant to the dean. And then that transitioned me into the current role that I am right now as executive director of the Center for Student Involvement. And I also went on to take my master's there in management and human resources, as well as an executive MBA, and I graduated in those programs in 2010. So I have been with the college for 18 years and then 14 years as an employee. It has been a wonderful experience in that I have seen so many people like yourself come and go and come back again. There are so many talented people, students, staff, and faculty that really embody the mission of the college. So having so many people that have been connected, meaning the students, a lot of them work on campus. And I think it is so beautiful to see that the college really values alumni, and even alumni that don't stay immediately right after, they bring them back because they've had an experience in between, and then they brought them back to do the job that they are currently in. And I think it's a wonderful way to look at the makeup of the college that way.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. And I love your story specifically because I think something that's so lost on the younger graduates these days is a lot of young people think they have to be travel careers. Like they got to work a place, move. And you see that a lot with young people. I see that with my friends. A lot of them don't stay anywhere. And I always appreciated that like loyalty aspect of someone. You know, I'm a big football fan and I like the Giants. And when Eli retired this year, I remember thinking, what a great thing. He had opportunities to go play for other teams, but he felt this loyalty that he said, I want to stay here. This is my family. This is where, and I think that echoes with your story in a way where I could feel the loyalty, and that's really special for our students to see.
Throughout my time, I have come to realize that there is so many from my prior history before St. Joseph came into existence that is in relationship to that experience. So I started my education in Catholic school, and I was in Catholic school for 9 years in St. Philip and James. And there have been so many people. I mean, Long Island is it's a large place, but it is so small.
Yeah.
And there are people that know each other. And I have come across that people that have worked at my parish have also worked at the college, that have worked at the parishes that I've been involved in, have worked at the campus as well. And it's amazing to hear those sides. And I kind of learned very on in life about the values of who I am, that when I got to the college, it made sense. So it kind of brought it home again that I am where I'm supposed to be. When you enjoy what you're doing and you enjoy being with the people that you are surrounded with, then you know that you're in the right place.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think again, I'm so excited about this conversation because I think it's something that I find myself saying to our students a lot is like, we are all capable of so much, right? And you see this a lot in media, and you see this in like the movies where it's like, you got to sacrifice certain things to get your dream. And I think a lot of times the message that is sent to people is that you got to sacrifice things that you shouldn't necessarily have to sacrifice. And you could choose a way to be loyal and have things that matter to you, like a family, like the connection to St. Joe's. And so I'm happy to hear you say that whole thing of like, yeah, there's always going to be other options, but you got to sit there and say, well, who do I want to become? Fun question here, because you've been around for 18 years.
Yes.
Not to keep bringing up numbers. But what's been like one of the coolest changes or growths that you've seen on the campus that a student entering now wouldn't know about? What do you think is something?
Well, I think the greatest growth has been about somewhere between 5 and 6 years ago. The physical makeup of the college, especially within the quad and the second floor of the building of O'Connor Hall, has been a tremendous change. The campus does not look the same way when I went to school. And so I can see some similarities where, you know, like different classrooms and stuff are the same, but in terms of like where everything is and where everything used to be, that is no more. Like it's basically, it's made to how it is supposed to be today. And it looks more, I would have to say, and I'm proud to say this, that it looks more like a college. Outside especially. It's beautiful. I think that there's a huge lounge for people to enjoy their time with each other, where we just had the cafeteria. And the way that they have expanded, I think, has been such a wonderful vision for the college, because you know, they really do care about the students and they want them to enjoy the time that they have there. So they really look at the big picture and make things happen. Over the years, I have worked for 3 presidents. So, you know, there's been different, you know, ways of outlooks of how we're supposed to be, you know, treating each other as well as the students. But I think for who we have now, I think that it really goes along with the mission of the college and the Sisters of St. Joseph. And I'm very proud to work for the administration that we currently do.
I think the campus does look beautiful. And I think one of the things that I always think every time I pull up is I park on the Sunrise faculty lot because I love pulling into and being able to see the campus. And on a beautiful day, I mean, the maintenance crew they do such a beautiful job, the plant department. It just always looks so beautiful with the flags. And I find myself having a lot of moments of going, man, this is really cool. this is a great place. But I think too, the advancements in what the school looks like have been wonderful, but it hasn't lost the nostalgic aspect
No.
either. Like, I feel like I still can feel the elements of the college that I fell in love with as a student, even still now. I echo exactly what you said there about feeling that the connection with mission. I feel there's been a real awesome push lately towards that, which has been, it's great. And as campus minister, it makes me very happy. So,
Right.
well, this is awesome. This is a lot of fun. And I'm really glad this conversation morphed into this avenue, because I like hearing and being reminded of memories and things. And I think it's cool for our students who are really active right now to be reminded. I think during coronavirus and all of this, something that's been echoing in my head, because my father loves history. And as a child, he would always tell me, study history. Anytime something bad happens in the world, study history, because you'll be reminded that these things happen and we push through them. And as bad as it might feel in this one moment, you look back and realize, hey, we've had other bad moments too. And history has a way of pushing through those elements. And so I think it's good even for the good things to look back and see, to be reminded forward. So it's fun to look back with you, Bryan.
Yeah, definitely. And, these times make us stronger, as you have said. And I think that just knowing, to be positive, to be patient, to be in the present moment will always make it that much better for you. And you'll be able to see the good that people do. There's been so many good things that people have done. And, I think that that will continue, and you can really learn at this time a lot about yourselves. And I think that that's a beautiful thing to see if you're able to do that.
Amen. Amen. Well, Bryan, thanks for joining. Thanks for taking the time to chat. Really appreciate it, and appreciate the 18 years that you've been a part of St. Joseph's College history. And hopefully we'll be back on campus soon and continue the history. So, all right.
Yes.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.